If your product, your company, or even you aren't getting the attention you think you deserve right now, it might be because you're chasing the wrong title. That title, best. You know, about 10 years ago, I wrote a book called Legacide, my first book, and it's about how legacy thinking kills innovation. Now, one of the big ideas in the book is the difference between best and favorite. And right now, that idea is more relevant than ever before, especially if you're trying to create anything that people actually care about. We're obsessed with best, but we rarely choose it. You know, best phone, best restaurant, best music. But best is almost always defined by somebody else. Reviewers, lists, rating systems, benchmarks built around values that you didn't ask for. You know, what we actually want is something that fits just us, something that makes us smile when we use it. That, my friends, is not best. That is favorite. And favorite beats best every time. The best musical artist in the world right now is probably, I don't know, Taylor Swift or somebody like that. Do I listen to her? No. I listen to my current favorite artist, which is Ren.
These kids don't play my shit, I never had a gold plat.
My favorite restaurant in the UK is Wagamama. Is it the best? Not even close. But I'll spend way more time and money there than anywhere better. And here's the thing. People can debate me on what's best, but you cannot debate me on my favorite, right? You don't get a vote. When it comes to decisions, we choose favorite way more often than we choose best. There's a trick to being somebody's favorite though. And to do it, you require bravery. You see, if you want to be somebody's favorite, you need to be willing to be somebody else's worst. And that is a lesson that my favorite company in the world right now gets perfectly. Company is nothing. So enter Nothing. The tech company, yes, but also the philosophy. The Nothing 3 just dropped. I pre-ordered it. And while the reviews are mixed, I honestly think the mixed part is what makes it brilliant. People keep saying it's ugly.
I don't really like it.
It's ugly.
What is this?
It's definitely, to put it simply, different.
My what the cock in hell is that?
Me, I think it's the best looking phone I've ever held. Both the hardware and the interface. Check this out. Look at this thing. How satisfying is that? Look. Whee! Now I might be biased. I pre-ordered their headphones. I mean, look at these things. What? You're making a statement. I used their earbuds. I've had 2 of their previous phones, and I literally had to stop myself from wearing the Nothing t-shirt so I didn't come across as a sycophantic shill or something.
Who would think that?
But here's the thing. I love what they're doing. Nothing's ethos is about standing out. Transparent backs. Graphic novel style UI. They're not trying to beat Apple or Samsung at their own game. They're creating a new game, a new category, a category of one and a category for me. It's tech that says that this isn't for everyone, it's for you if you get it. Like here's a snippet of their CEO Carl Pei talking about this very thing.
We don't have to have everybody love us. It's okay if 90% of people don't care about us or hate us, as long as we get a niche group of consumers to really love us.
Now, I think their strategy is smart, but they did make one small mistake. In this case, they called their ship the flagship.
Why did you say that? Why?
And the moment they did that, they dragged themselves into a comparison trap. Now reviewers are saying things like, well, compared to other flagships.
Calling a Snapdragon 8S Gen 4 phone a true flagship, is that too much?
The Nothing Phone 3 might be the company's most celebrated smartphone and its first true flagship.
When I heard that the Phone 3 was going to be the first flagship, like real flagship from Nothing, I was like, freaking finally!
What exactly makes a flagship a flagship?
And all of a sudden they're losing battles they didn't need to fight. Because here's the thing, if you want to zag, you can't speak zig. Right? If you want to be a category of one, don't use category language. I don't know, they should have called it their Alpha or their Apex or something like that. Fuck those guys and their flagships. Oh, and by the way, don't get me wrong, this phone's excellent. It's going to feel brilliant to 99% of people. But what makes Nothing brave is they're not afraid to alienate the other 1%. I like Nothing the way I used to like Apple.
That pissed a lot of people off.
See, years ago, Apple was a company for people who wanted to stand out. Now, Nothing says normie like a MacBook, iPhone, Apple Watch combo. It's peak middle of the road. No judgment, like you do you, but I prefer products that make a statement. People in the market for boring are spoiled for choice. And this goes way beyond phones, right? We used to buy things to fit in. Now we buy things to stand out. That's conspicuous consumption. This is why my wife drives a Mini. It's why I had a Mini and a Vespa. Not because they were best in class, but because they felt like me. They said something. They meant something. And that's what Nothing taps into. Now, let's contrast this with something like Jaguar. They tried to seem edgy through their ads. Were they brave? No. They were trying to fake bravery with good crap creative. Seth Godin put it perfectly in Purple Cow. The old way was to build boring products and market them with remarkable ads. The new way is to build remarkable products. Jaguar is old, nothing is new. Because they bake polarization into the product, not just the campaign. Genius. And this is something I've always tried to do with my company Missing Link. From the sex toys we give away free to our clients in the women's toilets, and our clients are like banks and insurance companies, to the hot rod stretch limo we used to pick them up, the tattoo studio we had in the office for our staff or clients, and all the way to our new program Get Fired Last, which is part of the Relevance Academy. Some people, maybe even you, are going to hate it. Honestly, I could give a shit. If you hate it, we didn't build it for you. Nothing gets that, and so should you.
Got it. Good.
Because when you do that, when you take a risk, you create favorites. You build tribes. You matter. And just to be clear, this isn't about tech. This is about all of us. If you're trying to stand out in a crowded market, and let's be honest, we all are, you have to make a choice. Do you want to be the best in somebody else's eyes, or do you want to be the favorite in the eyes of the people who actually matter to you? Best is comparative, favorite is emotional, and relevance lies where emotion does. Remember, the people in the market for boring are spoiled for choice. So stop chasing best, be willing to polarize, be brave enough to matter. And if you do it right, you won't need to say it's a flagship. People will say, it's my favorite. And you know what matters more than that? Nothing.